Now, there are a lot of weird and disgusting people who roam this earth, but 90% of them cannot even compare to how disgusting and vile Lilly Tino is. Lilly Tino, who also goes by the name Nick Tino before her transformation, hosts social media videos, short form content on the app TikTok, with a whopping follow score of 407,000 people who watch her content on a daily, and she pulls in around a couple 100,000 views per video. So she is no small creator. For a little bit of background, Lilly Tino is getting backlash currently for where she is currently recording her videos. Lilly Tino likes to record her videos in a question and answer format where she likes to eat on camera and post food videos while she answers questions about her transformation. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with answering questions while eating food, despite her being extremely rude to her waiters and waitresses, but I'll get into that a little bit later. She likes to go to Disney parks and answer questions about her transformation from being a man to a woman. And you would think, oh, it can't be that bad. All she's doing is just answering questions about her transformation from gender to gender. But no, she decides to use objects in the Disney park where there are little kids around, let that be known, and make examples out of them, such as cutting a corn dog inside out to represent her reassignment surgery. If you're not familiar with the video clip I am talking about, here it is.
I think Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy.
I'll let the rest of the clip play after this, but I still find it quite disturbing that she is referring to her corn dog as her, well, genitalia, and she's discussing it in a public place where there's food and kids around. In my personal opinion, I don't think I'd want to be anywhere around there with my kids. Not because of the fact that she's trans, but she's discussing genitalia in front of them in a place that's supposed to be safe for kids and magical. And her not giving a shit about her words and just staring at a camera while disassembling a corn dog is absolutely disgusting and vile, in my personal opinion. But anyway, here's the rest of the clip.
But once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting. Now you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun, and I agree with you.
Despite the fact that she's making me visibly uncomfortable from about a couple thousand miles away from her, and how she's making full eye contact with the camera as she is talking about disassembling her rocket, and despite the fact that she is talking in a calm demeanor, it seems that she is dumbing down the process to almost appeal to the childish nature, which isn't the smartest thing to do inside of, I don't know, a Disney park where there are literally kids everywhere. If I didn't know any better from the video clip, it would seem that she is almost trying to imprint this on the children. You guys may perceive it a different way, but this is just how I see it. And, you know, call me crazy, but I think that I would get weird looks too if I went to my local theme park talking about genitalia. You never see me get inside of my goddamn Mercury and drive to my local Six Flags to talk to a camera about how hairy my nutsack is. 90% of her videos are comments stating how disgusting he is. One from the user @Dolly is, the fact that you choose to only do this in an amusement park around kids tells me all I need to know about you. In another comment on the post from Kenji and Kai, doing this while at Disney is diabolical. Which I'm glad I'm not the only person that thinks that this is completely vile and disgusting to do this at a place known for entertaining little kids. He's also a grown-ass ogre she-thing, and she knows right from wrong on what to say around kids and what not to. She obviously wanted to get a message out towards her younger audience, which I think is just completely screwed up. Kids shouldn't have to go through the rest of their life wondering what they are. I feel like they should be able to figure it out for themselves when they're in their teenage years, going through, their I want to find me phase, instead of at 6 years old getting brain rotted by all of this vile nonsense. Another thing that I mentioned earlier into the video is how she's extremely offended and also rude towards her waitress and waitresses at restaurants. As you know, she does a lot of dine out videos, so she's had a lot of experiences with people misgendering her, quote unquote. I think 90% of the reason on why she gets misgendered is because she looks like Abby Mallard from Chicken Little. I mean, shit, I'd also have a hard time trying to decipher whether she was an SCP anomaly or just a normal ass person. But anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the clip.
I have been misgendered 3 times in the past 24 hours at restaurants. Last night I was at Benihana with my girlfriend and the server said, "What about you, sir? What would you like to eat?" My girlfriend, God bless her heart, steps in, says, "Actually, that's ma'am." And she looks at my girlfriend and didn't really understand what had happened and said, "No, I'm talking to him," pointing at me. Our jaws were on the floor and we decided to leave because it was just a bad vibe after. And just a few minutes ago, I was at another restaurant for lunch and they showed me my seat and said, "Here you go, sir." And I said, "I am not a sir." And then I left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. And I went to a new restaurant and I asked, "Before I sit down, where's the bathroom, please?" And they said, "Oh, it's right this way, sir." And I just left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. If you're a server in the food industry, you don't need to use words like sir or ma'am.
As you can see stated inside of the video, she stated, you don't need to use words sir or ma'am as formalities towards people, which it's not the problem that it's a formality, it's the problem that it's proper manners, and she likes to cry about being misgendered even though she looks like a man and, plasters herself in makeup. It just seems that everywhere that she sits down, she is highly offended even by a small slip up from a minimum wage person, so she decides to leave in a I guess you could say a fit of rage. Lilly Tino just needs to learn how to grow a backbone and realize that not everyone follows the same point of view as her. She needs to learn that it's not appropriate to talk about such, vulgar demeanors inside of, theme parks and restaurants. As a TikTok content creator myself, you will never see me out in public talking about snipping off something on my body because I'm not a weirdo. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, this is my first ever video on my second channel. Please go check out my first channel, Fruity PBL. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.